Welcome to our ZeroWIN presentation. ZeroWIN is a 5-year project funded by the European Commission. I would like to introduce myself. My name is Bernd Kopacek. I'm heading the Austrian Society for Systems Engineering and Automation in Vienna, and I had the pleasure to coordinate this project now the last nearly 5 years. We have about 30 partners from 11 countries, and the total costs are now close to 10 million euros. When we submitted the proposal, there was a quite tough targets given in the call. We had to meet at least 2 of these 3 targets: a decrease of at least 30% of the greenhouse gases emissions, at least 70% of overall reuse and recycling of waste, and or a reduction of at least 75% of freshwater utilization. Our vision, which was developed at the very beginning, and we will have a separate webinar on that one, is how we developed it, is the ZeroWIN project envisions industrial networks that have eliminated the wasteful consumption of resources. What was now our goal in detail? We intended and also developed innovative technologies, waste prevention methodologies, strategies, and system tools exportable into other European and also worldwide contexts. The very new thing was also structured in the innovative production model based on industrial symbiosis. So the industrial symbiosis and industrial networking part was a tool for resource use optimization and waste prevention, taking residues as secondary raw materials. And where most of our money and effort went to is to demonstrate these innovative approaches in practical demonstrators. We decided to focus or narrow our focus on 4 sectors. We chose electronics and automotive, which have quite short-lived products, compared to construction industry, which normally tends to have buildings or construction things for longer. And we also chose photovoltaics as a very new sector because we can do it right from the very beginning. By choosing these 4 sectors, we target more than 3 million companies, dominated by SMEs, so small and medium-sized enterprises, turnover of more than 2.8 billion euro, more than 20 million employees, creating about 40% or more than 400 million tons of industrial waste, of course most of that coming from the construction sector, using as much as 50% of all materials extracted from the earth's crust, and generating about 40% of all energy use and about 35% of all greenhouse gas emissions. So the sector which we target is quite a substantial one. That's a short glimpse of our work plan. As I mentioned already at the very beginning, we started to come up with a common vision for zero waste entrepreneurship. Then we mostly focused on technologies, methodologies, and tools. Out of that, we developed our new production model. This production model we tried out in 10 what we call the case studies. As we have these 3 stringent targets, we have had our own work package of quantitative assessment to see if we are able to reach it. An own work package on policy implications, so whatever we found out, we can put back to the policy makers, and the classical dissemination and project management and coordination work packages. There you see a glimpse of our partnership and geographical distribution. So most of them were located in Europe, except one company which came from Taiwan. It was quite a good balanced consortium of large enterprises, a lot of small and medium-sized enterprises, as well as universities and research organizations. What are our results now? I will only introduce them very shortly because you will find on our webpage recordings of short webinars which go into more detail on them. So first we started with a literature review. We looked on individual producer responsibility, technology roadmap for RFID, enabling technologies for reuse, waste prevention methods, assessment tools, of course, our production models. Very interesting. We find an online guide on zero-waste entrepreneurship, resource exchange platform, policy recommendations, and again, practical demonstrators. Now, which demonstrators did we have? We developed a prototype of the D4R laptop, a prototype for D4R. D4R stands for Design for Recycling, Reuse, Recovery, and Recycling. Photovoltaic system, a reuse network, and a resource exchange platform. New construction project in UK, Portugal, and Germany, and applied building demolition in UK and Portugal, using recyclates from industrial networks in a sensitive car component, and finally the business-to-business information technology industrial networks. Here you see our webpage with our practical guide. You can enter as a different part of the value chain, as a producer, supplier, service provider, cluster manager, environmental organization, or see the complete guide, and you will be easily guided through this dissemination platform. If you have more questions, don't hesitate to contact me. Here you see my contact details.